What if everything you thought about global power was about to change? For decades, the United States has stood at the top of the world order, militarily, economically, culturally. But as the world enters a new era, one nation has quietly but boldly positioned itself to challenge this dominance. That nation is China. From building massive infrastructure across continents to asserting control over emerging technologies, China is no longer just rising, it's redefining power. The question now isn't just can China surpass the United States by 2035, but what happens if it does? In this video, we explore 10 critical areas where China is not just catching up but potentially surpassing the US. By the end, you'll understand why this global power shift may be inevitable, and what it could mean for the world. So stay tuned, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful global insights every week. Strategic long-term vision. While many countries plan in election cycles, China plans in generations. The Chinese government, under its centralized one-party model, is able to craft long-term strategies without the interruptions of frequent political turnover. Their focus on initiatives like Made in China 2025 or the China Standards 2035 plan signals a clear intention to dominate advanced manufacturing, robotics, AI, and biotechnology. This strategic continuity gives China a unique advantage over democracies where leadership and policies shift rapidly. Unlike the US, where internal divisions and policy reversals are frequent, China's long-term national objectives proceed with precision. Over time, this could create a level of consistency and execution that allows China to quietly outmaneuver its biggest rival. Infrastructure megaprojects. China's physical transformation is unlike anything the world has seen in modern history. Entire cities have risen from the ground in record time. Bullet trains connect vast regions, smart cities run on artificial intelligence, and urban development stretches across both inland and coastal regions. Domestically, this infrastructure builds internal cohesion. Internationally, projects like the Belt and Road Initiative link China with Asia, Europe, and Africa, creating an economic web that increases Chinese influence and dependency. Compared to the aging infrastructure in the United States, which often faces political deadlock over repairs and modernization, China is shaping not just its own future but the global economic landscape. Infrastructure is power, and China is laying every brick with the future in mind. Technological domination. China is not just a technology user, it is becoming a technology creator. In sectors like 5G, electric vehicles, artificial intelligence, facial recognition, and quantum computing, China is making enormous strides. Homegrown tech giants like Huawei, Tencent, and Alibaba have global reach and deep pockets for innovation. In the future, whoever leads in technology will lead in everything, from economic competitiveness to military might. While the United States still holds significant dominance in areas like semiconductors and software, China's government-led investment in research and development is reshaping that landscape fast. With the state directly backing innovation, China is betting big on owning the future, and it's a gamble that may pay off sooner than expected. Global economic expansion. China's economic outreach is strategic, and it's reshaping the very foundations of global trade. By creating trade partnerships, setting up development banks, and investing in resource-rich nations, China is replacing traditional Western institutions with new structures of influence. Chinese companies now operate across Latin America, Africa, Southeast Asia, and the Middle East, offering loans, technology, and infrastructure in exchange for loyalty and access. Unlike the US, which often ties aid to political reforms, China practices a no-strings-attached policy that appeals to many nations. This pragmatic approach gives China faster and wider access to foreign markets and allies. In the next decade, this economic influence could translate directly into political and cultural supremacy. Education and talent acquisition. A country's future lies in the minds of its youth, and China is investing massively in education. The country is producing millions of STEM graduates each year and building universities that compete with the Ivy League. Additionally, China is becoming a magnet for global talent through incentives, scholarships, and research opportunities. While the United States still attracts top minds from around the world, its immigration hurdles and rising xenophobia are discouraging many would-be contributors. Meanwhile, China is opening its doors to those with the skills to elevate its industries. If current trends continue, China may not only educate its own elite workforce but also absorb much of the world's best brainpower, and with it, global innovation leadership. Political stability and national unity. Despite criticism of its authoritarian governance, China has maintained a high degree of political control and national unity. There are no government shutdowns, no deeply divided congresses, and no constant media-fueled polarization. While the U.S. often finds itself locked in culture wars and ideological battles, China projects a singular vision for national development. This internal coherence allows for faster decision-making, efficient policy implementation, and a strong sense of national mission. In the face of global crises, from pandemics to economic turmoil, China's system has proven surprisingly resilient. Whether one agrees with its model or not, that stability may give it the upper hand in a world where disorder seems to be the new norm. Military modernization. China's military transformation is one of the most closely watched developments of the 21st century. Once reliant on outdated equipment and Soviet models, China now builds cutting-edge aircraft, hypersonic missiles, advanced naval ships, and satellite systems. Its emphasis on asymmetric warfare, like cyber capabilities, electronic warfare, and AI-enhanced surveillance, represents a new kind of military might. The U.S. military remains unmatched globally, but China's advancements are designed specifically to counter U.S. strengths. In regions like the South China Sea and Taiwan Strait, Beijing now asserts its presence with increasing confidence. If this momentum continues, China may not surpass the U.S. in brute force, but it could neutralize American dominance in critical strategic theaters. Cultural and media influence. China understands the power of narrative. Through state-sponsored media, international partnerships, film industries, and Confucius Institutes, China is crafting its own global image. While the U.S. has long used Hollywood, Silicon Valley, and Western media to project soft power, China's global cultural outreach is expanding. Its influence is particularly strong in developing countries, where Chinese media platforms offer alternative perspectives to Western narratives. This battle of ideas is becoming just as important as the battles of economy or military. In time, a rising generation could grow up with China, not the U.S., as their model for success. Cultural dominance is slow but powerful, and China is playing the long game. Financial sovereignty and digital currency. China is pioneering financial autonomy in ways the West didn't anticipate. Its digital yuan is already being tested in major cities, potentially giving the Chinese state greater control over financial flows than any country in history. Meanwhile, efforts to de-dollarize trade with partners like Russia, Iran, and the Gulf states hint at a future where the US dollar is no longer the sole global reserve currency. Financial independence is critical for any power seeking to challenge the U.S., and China is well on its way. If it succeeds in creating an alternative financial ecosystem, the implications for U.S. economic leverage will be immense, and perhaps irreversible. Shifting global alliances. Perhaps the most subtle but impactful change lies in China's ability to shape new alliances. As traditional Western alliances fray in countries like India, Turkey, Brazil, and Indonesia seek more autonomy, China presents itself as an alternative power to partner with. It doesn't lecture, it builds. It doesn't demand reforms, it offers deals. In a world tired of Western hegemony, China's quiet, confident diplomacy is attracting followers. Whether through BRICS expansion, Asian regional pacts, or South-South cooperation, Beijing is repositioning itself at the center of a new global order. If this trend continues, 2035 may not just see China surpassing the US, but reshaping the very idea of world leadership. So, can China truly surpass the United States by 2035? The answer may not lie in a single moment or metric. Instead, it's unfolding slowly, across infrastructure, innovation, culture, military, and diplomacy. This isn't just a race, it's a redefinition of the rules. The world is not waiting for one country to win, it's preparing for a new balance of power. If you found this video eye-opening, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Infosphere for more deep-dive insights into the geopolitical shifts shaping our future. Drop a comment below. Do you think China will surpass the US, or is American dominance unshakable? The countdown to 2035 has already begun. Are you ready?